Hello, Audio Marks, coming to you from the Sachem Public Library. Welcome to the Marks for Life podcast with your hosts, Jimmy and CJ, two casuals turned Marks wrestling fans, to give you a direct line to all things in the squared circle. Enter the ring at your own risk. We pull no punches, we hit hard, and we will slam you with all the info you need to know. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I said! And welcome to Marks for Life podcast. I am one of your hosts, CJ.
And I'm Jimmy.
All right, how you been, man? How you been?
Been all right. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. I think you guys could hear me on that. Sorry for the minor technical difficulties, but I've been good, CJ.
That's good. That's good.
It's just been a crazy week. Just nonstop work from Sunday to now.
Ugh.
Trying to get a two-day weekend, so that's very nice.
Was it like a Friday, Saturday? Nice.
That's to all you audio marks out there that can't see me shaking my head at my friend. What about you? What about you, my friend?
Let's see. I haven't had work since Sunday, so I've just been watching a lot of TV as of late, reading books. Went to a Boston concert, Boston and Joan Jett out in Jones Beach. Yeah, it was nice. Yo, Boston, they had light up guitars, light up drum set and everything. It was like Naomi designed all of their equipment, man. It was cool. It was crazy. You know, I love Boston, so I was very happy to see them live. Went Pokemon Go hunting a lot. I'm upset I haven't caught a legendary. Nicole caught a legendary.
She did?
She caught Articuno yesterday, and I'm very upset about it still. I'm still very salty. But, you know, she deserves it. She had a rough day yesterday, but she caught that.
I hope she's okay.
Yeah, she's getting better.
All right, I'm glad for that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go on, my friend.
Trying to think what else happened.
Well, while that's going on, I just have some quick podcasting housekeeping stuff to do. As you know from last week, we started doing ads, and I'm putting air quotes in that because a couple of them are going to be fake as well. And that's just for entertainment because, who knows, we wrote them when we first started doing the podcast, and we thought, hey, these were funny. Might as well share it with you guys and see how that sounds.
Yes.
But there's also one that's not so fake. There's our Patreon ad. We do ask you guys to head over to Patreon and subscribe on there. Especially
with what's been going on with SoundCloud lately.
Well, yeah.
They just fired a lot of people.
Yeah.
So we don't know.
They got a what is it? $1 million investment from Chance the Rapper. So there's that as well. But our SoundCloud base may not be going up as well as we would like. But with Patreon, you guys don't need to necessarily give the donation that we require. We just ask that you do. We do provide the podcast, and we do this on a week-to-week basis. And we are struggling college students, so the money would be nice to get on a month basis.
Yes.
And it's only $2, and that's for getting the podcast and stuff. If you just want to donate for the sake of donating, and you don't want to hear our voices talking about wrestling and all that stuff, you can just do the $1 donation. That's totally cool with us.
Yes, find our Patreon at Marks for Life podcast. You know, and it's not that bad of a donation. You know, I don't think so. It's $2. I donate
$2 a month.
I donate, but you know, it's like pretty much donating to myself. That's kind of pitiful.
Yeah, I know. Same here. And just a quick update on the iTunes thing. We're still working on that. I got in contact with one of our artists who will be reshaping our podcast graphic to fit their requirements that they need, which is stupid. But if you took a look at our post that we made at the beginning of the week, you've seen both of our graphic artists who've done excellent work on both of our graphics.
Yes.
And you can follow them on social and definitely ask them to do any kind of graphic designs that you guys need. They're very good and their rates are pretty good.
Yeah. And our other designer, actually, we've been in contact with her. We might be getting a T-shirt up soon. We might be getting her. I want a T-shirt. Fine, you don't get a T-shirt. I'll take the T-shirt. Shoot. I'm going to get a T-shirt.
Anyway, there a lot happened this week.
Oh, my Lord.
I don't even know where to start.
Let's
So-
start with the fact that Battleground sucked.
Okay,
Battleground.
that we can both agree on. We're getting into the nitty gritty of Battleground when we talk about that and Smackdown later on in the show.
The title of our podcast right now is called the Aftermath of Battle.
And
So-
it was a rough battle. It was really rough.
Yeah. I didn't survive it. I came in after all the corpses were swept away. It's like, oh wait, guys, I'm still here.
I was hiding under the rummage of those corpsei or corpses, whatever you want to call it, whatever the plural of corpses is.
While Battleground was going on, I went to Boston, so I was on the other side.
I was like lingering half asleep towards the end of it. I caught the ending of it, which I really enjoyed, but
Most people didn't.
From like a marking out standpoint, it was fun. It was fun. I didn't enjoy it like I wanted it to happen,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, what happened, and there's really nothing we could do about it now.
So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be changing it up a little differently. What we're going to do is that we're going to recap Raw and then do our NXT takeaway for the week. However, our main topic is going to be a breakdown of both Battleground and Smackdown. Pretty much for the reason that Battleground did lead into numerous amount of eventful Smackdown occurrences that will go into SummerSlam that we can't just list them all into just 3.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Also, due to the fact that every podcast we've done, we always try to set a limit of how long we should do these podcasts, so like an hour 20, and we were diving in the territory of an hour 30, hour 40. So this is also one of those reasons why we're doing it.
All right.
But kicking into recapping Raw this week.
I called it.
Yeah, you did. I was,
No Shield reunion for you.
yeah, it's definitely true.
Ha.
But so what happened was that the Fatal 4-Way for the Universal Championship has been 100% confirmed, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a slugfest, and it's going to be super intense.
Absolutely. But just something kind of interesting that there's not a single like actual face, quote unquote, in this match. I mean, obviously Braun Strowman and Joe are heels. I mean, I'm putting in those quotes for those two because they're beloved by the fans. Brock is semi-beloved. I guess you could say he's semi-beloved.
He's there.
He's definitely there. And then Roman, whom a majority of us hate, although does excellent matches. I'm not going to downgrade on how good a match maker he is.
What this Fatal 4-Way brings, it brings just a sense of not heel versus face dynamic. Rather, who do you want to see representing Raw? Who do you want to see hold up the most prestigious belt on that show? Who do you want to see, carry Raw as its main event performer? Do you want to see the man that broke the Undertaker streak at WrestleMania, the Beast, the former UFC champion, current Universal champion Brock Lesnar, whose sporadic appearances make him a special attraction? Do you want to see that as a Universal champion? Do you want to see Samoa Joe, the man that nearly slayed the Beast, the Destroyer, the assassin, the hired gun for Triple H? Now, do you want to see Braun Strowman, the stop it. Do you want to see Braun Strowman, the monster, the man that cannot be killed? And I'm going to give him that moniker right now. That monster among men cannot be killed. You cannot put him down. He is literally one of the most intimidating presences on Raw. Do you want to see him as your Universal Champion? Or do you want to see the man that main evented 3 WrestleManias in a row, former... No. Can you let me do this?
No.
You keep interrupting me. And you got angry at me about this a couple of weeks ago, and I'm actually trying to do this to make it hype. You're being a child. Yeah. Exactly. Or do you want to see Roman Reigns, the man that main evented the past 3 WrestleManias, former Royal Rumble winner, WWE champion on multiple occasions, the big dog, and the man that retired The Undertaker?
Quote unquote retire The Undertaker.
Yeah.
We still, as someone that still hopes and dreams and wants to believe, I still believe that The Undertaker will be coming back.
But here's the thing. Every single one of those has a very strong case to be champion.
Yes.
Every single one of them.
Now, here's my question. Just because I think for both of us, we know, I think everyone listening to the pod knows, but for those of you who don't, Brock Lesnar has stated that he will no longer sign.
He never stated it, but it's been heavily applied.
Well, no, he said that. I'm pretty sure he said that. But anyway, that is
no reports that I've seen.
Well, he has made a decision that he will not re-sign with WWE post WrestleMania that's coming up. So most likely he's not going to be champion walking out of SummerSlam.
Well, here's the thing. The Fatal 4-Way scenario makes a scenario where the champion does not have to be pinned.
No, and I'm not saying that he's not going to have another rematch for it. Obviously, he will. He's Brock Lesnar. But what I'm saying is that he's probably not going to be champion for the rest of the summer going into fall, into WrestleMania season.
No.
At least my opinion, he's not.
I don't believe so either. I've given my prediction multiple times about what would happen. I've been saying this Fatal 4-Way was going to happen for weeks. Ever since they made the announcement of Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe, number one contendership match.
But then that also leaves, who really is going to be champion? There's the obvious of Roman Reigns, which I'm pretty sure none of us really want. What do you think?
I feel like Roman Reigns is the safe bet.
Yeah,
Roman Reigns is the safe bet. He's carried the prestigious title before, the WWE title, but he's been in that spot, and he's still currently in that spot where if you put the belt on him, it's going to up the prestige.
Up is making it kind of a strong term.
Former Royal Rumble winner, multiple-time WrestleMania main eventer, multiple-time world champion.
Yes, you can list out the accomplishments, but he's not going to still have a great fan basis if you keep doing that.
Doesn't matter if he has a great fan base. He has he has the accomplishments to back up being one of the few Universal Champions, and it's something that the Universal Champion needs.
Well,
that's why people went with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but as of right now, they've already had two champions for that specifically. They had two former NXT champions that did quote unquote up that prestige, I guess you could say.
Well, it was also their first world championship. This is Roman Reigns'
major world championship. Then yeah,
Roman Reigns' this would be his fourth.
Yeah, that's true. But I think for both of us, we have two differing opinions about this. Who's going to be walking out with it at the end of SummerSlam and who we want.
Yes.
You want Samoa Joe, correct?
I believe it will be Samoa Joe, and I want it to be Samoa Joe.
All right. I disagree with you on both. I believe and want it to be Braun Strowman.
Now, what's your scenario for how Braun Strowman would win? Why do you want him to win? Why he should win? Give us your...
Personally, I think that first off, he can't be killed, as you just stated earlier. So most likely, he's probably going to pin Roman and kind of just squash that one out. Then probably feud with Joe for a little bit.
Who would be the face in that?
Probably Braun.
Okay.
But, reluctant face.
All right.
He's still going to be the monster among men and destroy everything, but he's too beloved to be anything less.
Yes.
Then probably by Survivor Series, Brock Lesnar comes back,
and
then they're gonna have a match. Now, my hope is at that point that it'd be effing amazing. Unlike last year's Survivor Series with Brock Lesnar, which I personally liked. I know you didn't like it, but
no, I'm not a big fan of that.
But and then it'll probably lead into the Rumble where he'll probably lose it, and then he'll have a WrestleMania match probably against Roman Reigns, in my opinion, and then Roman will probably capitalize it at WrestleMania. Roughly, that's a rough fantasy booking of it. I can only imagine what you're predicting about it, my friend.
So Samoa Joe wins. Braun Strowman goes on a tear, takes out both Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. He goes to pin Roman Reigns. Samoa Joe takes out Braun Strowman and then goes to choke out Roman for the win. Roman Reigns. That's how I feel the picture's going to be. And then you can have an easy into the fall feud of Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe, while Brock Lesnar continues to grow organically.
Braun Strowman or Brock Lesnar?
Braun Strowman.
Okay.
And then, you can even easily have a blow-off match between Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman at Survivor Series, but that doesn't necessarily have to be for the Universal Championship. And then
no, but I would say let's put this in a money perspective, because that also plays a role into this, and I'll explain in a minute. Because Brock Lesnar doesn't do free job outs. He doesn't.
Mhm.
He always gets paid. So if he's gonna lose something, he's going to be making a lot of money out of it, which is why he's probably gonna be losing at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
Probably why he's gonna have a match at Survivor Series, at Rumble, and at Mania.
Okay.
And then he's gonna be done with WWE for however extended period of time he wants to do that. Hopefully it's not forever. I don't want that.
Anyways, Roman Reigns wins the Universal Championship by the end of the year. Goes into the WrestleMania as champion against the Royal Rumble winner of Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman then defeats Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. That would be how I would book it, just because it would give Braun Strowman the necessary rub and the coronation that he has deserved, considering the efforts and the strides he's put in since he first arrived on WWE. I feel like it would be better to pull the trigger at WrestleMania.
All right, I could see where that's going.
Now, I don't know where that would leave Samoa Joe or Brock Lesnar per se. They can always have a blow-off feud at WrestleMania.
That's always a possibility, and like a proper match, not like a fest that it was at Great Balls of Fire. But
personally, I would like to see them in an MMA fight.
Yeah, but how would they even book that?
How would they even book that? I don't know.
Because they would never. I mean, would they book it like an MMA match?
Or they could book it as a steel cage.
Ooh, I like that.
I
like steel cage.
Samoa Joe, Brock Lesnar, loser leaves WWE, or the final encounter between the Beast and the Destroyer. You can make easy money off a steel cage match at WrestleMania, especially between those two, those two names. So I feel like that would be the best case scenario. Because Samoa Joe's also not going to be here for much longer. He's 39. He has a couple years left and stuff.
Well, he's going to go right into UFC as soon as he's done. So, yeah, I can understand that sense.
And Samoa Joe's not going to be here for much longer, too. He's same age.
Yeah.
So you're better off banking on Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns being the future, have them main event, because you're going to have Roman Reigns main event regardless. I feel like Roman Reigns should be main eventing with another young superstar, and having it against Braun Strowman, the man that he's...
Yes, but is he going to be doing the jobs out and stuff like that?
Because I feel like he should be.
He should, yes, but has he? Has he ever shown real signs of him really jobbing out?
Payback.
Okay. I'll give you that one. Because he can't say Great Balls of Fire.
No, I can't.
As much of it was technically a quote-unquote job, Roman Reigns tried to kill him.
Yes. So, I don't know. I feel like that would be my best-case scenario.
All right. We'll keep that one. We'll definitely wait and take a look and see what that's going to look like in the future. But the next thing is Bayley and Banks. They had a number one contenders match.
That was pretty good. They had a number one contenders match to face the goddess of the WWE, Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss. And Bayley...
All right, there. Wipe up the drool off your face. We know that you like Alexis. Come on.
But that's her nickname, though, the goddess of the WWE. I'm just respecting her by calling her how she sees fit, and she has every right to be called that. 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, Raw Women's Champion currently, first one to ever do that. She has a lot to her name. And so does Banks, and so does Bayley. Now, were you surprised to see Bayley win the number one contenders match clean?
Yes.
Okay. What were you expecting?
I was expecting Banks to get a dirty victory, I guess, and kind of show a little bit of a heelness.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess we're definitely gonna be getting that at SummerSlam at this point,
or the night after.
Sasha Banks is definitely turning heel between either at SummerSlam or post Raw of SummerSlam.
I would like to see it as Alexa Bliss still defeats Bayley.
Yeah, that's most likely
and
what's
then
gonna happen.
Banks. You see Bayley trying to figure out what she wants to do, and then have Sasha Banks attack her, and then put out Bayley for a couple of weeks.
And there'd be another side story for the women's division that's not about the title.
Yeah, but I'm a little upset that Nia Jax did not get involved in the number one contender. But that would have been weird, though. Yeah. Having that back-to-back. 1 week, Braun Strowman does that. This week, Nia Jax does it. Would have been a repeat, though.
I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, there are several more weeks leading up into it, so.
But your prediction for who would win against would it be Alexa Bliss winning or would it be Bayley?
It would be Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be Alexa.
No, would have been cool. This is why I'm upset that the Money in the Bank ladder match was.
Well, we don't know. We don't. Okay, hold on.
No, it's only SmackDown. It's officially only SmackDown.
Okay.
This is why I wish that it wasn't, so you can have Carmella come out and take out Bayley.
And you know for a fact that's 100% definitely.
No, it's not. Oh, the Money in the Bank. Yes, it's 100% just SmackDown. Yes.
That's.
Because I would have loved to see Carmella steal Bayley's moment in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I know. I would love that.
That would have been.
But we don't know that. It might.
No, they're not going to do it.
No, there's definitely going to be a cashing in at SummerSlam though.
Oh yeah, but that's going to be
whether that's
on SmackDown.
Whether that's on SmackDown or not, I don't know. But it would be really cool if it happened for Raw.
Yeah, that's why I was upset that I feel like Money in the Bank should be a more unified concept. But oh well, missed opportunities, WWE.
Anyway, and the last thing is Jason Jordan's in-ring quote-unquote debut on Raw. His good. I liked it.
His promo wasn't that good.
I mean, you know what it is? It's because they're prepping him up to be a face, which you could just tell by his smile that eventually he's going to turn heel.
Did you hear the reports of what they're doing?
No. What are they doing?
Jason Jordan push for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam against The Miz.
No.
I feel like this is good. This would be good for him.
It would be good for him, but no.
No, but here's the thing. They're having a Miz TV. They're having an interview. Jason Jordan's going to be the guest on Miz TV and stuff. I feel like this would be good for Jordan. Imagine that. It's like, okay, you want the Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. You have to defeat Bo Dallas and then defeat Curtis Axel. You know, you have to defeat both of them in the same night. You know, you can easily make the argument that he can continue to, you know, win singles matches to prove that he's worthy of fighting The Miz. And even so, he's still undefeated in singles action. He's never been pinned in singles action.
All right. I understand that. My problem with it is that there's such a interesting story that's revolving around Seth and Dean and The Miz. In my opinion, I mean, I understand that, like, that their 2-on-3 handicap match was all right, but if they have like a triple threat for the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam, I would rather see that.
I would too, but it's also looking like Seth and Dean, from reports I've been hearing, that they might be challenging Cesaro and Sheamus for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Because if you remember correctly, Cesaro and Sheamus were looking on as Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins were taking on the Miztourage.
That's true. Definitely this coming week for Raw is definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah,
because I think that's going to allude to more SummerSlam stuff, because I feel like that's really missing. There really isn't that much SummerSlam setup that's going on for Raw.
Yeah,
except for the Universal title picture
and the Women's Championship.
Well, yeah, and the women's, but
I feel like
that one's a little obvious. But like
The Miz is the ultimate heel, though. You got to bear in mind.
That is true.
So if anyone can get Jason Jordan over as a babyface.
Yeah, but that's my issue, though. I think that the story that is alluring to this is that Jason Jordan is pretending to be face, and then eventually he's going to turn heel.
But you can't just jump right into that. You got to still build him up as that babyface, because if he becomes that beloved babyface, like, wow, this is great. You know, this is Kurt Angle's son, you know, finally breaking out instead of getting what
happened when it happened to Kurt Angle when he did it. He was already a quote-unquote babyface, but everyone hated him because he was rubbing it in on everybody. Yeah,
but Jason Jordan has a different story. Jason Jordan is like reuniting with his long-lost biological father, who happens to be Kurt Angle. This is his dream, you know, and his dream becomes reality. There's a story in that, and if they could do that right and have Miz try and tear that down and have Jordan, you know, keep going at it, and they build that up to him being a great face, only to have him turn heel, the impact will be much better than if they automatically do it within a month. They can't rush this.
All right. I don't know. I'm still up in the air on Jason Jordan, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see how the Miz TV segment goes for him, because if Miz can get him over more as a babyface, then it was a success.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So
we're gonna do our quick NXT takeaway and then head to break, and then we'll get right into Battleground and Smackdown. So
Yeah.
NXT wasn't too bad.
NXT was pretty good. I thoroughly enjoyed the Drew McIntyre promo.
Yes.
Very intense.
It was very intense. I've seen similar promos to what Drew has done outside of WWE that are very eerily similar to that one he gave.
Mm-hmm.
And every single time, just goosebumps and chills.
Yeah.
He's a really good, like, intense promo person.
And
like,
you could believe every word he says, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because all the stuff that he said about being the chosen one, feeling entitled and stuff, coming back and then realizing you have to earn everything. He said that even in interviews with numerous podcasts, with numerous reports outside of wrestling. He said that. So it's nothing that he doesn't thoroughly believe. This is something he truly believes that he had to do. You know, which makes it all the better for his character because he thoroughly believes it, because this is actually Drew McIntyre. Someone that realized he screwed up his first time around because he believed he was entitled. You know, it does well for his character, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And especially going up against someone who is entitled, like Bobby Roode's character.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be good. Now, the wrestling standpoint, we'll see. Drew, to me, is never disappointed in the ring. Bobby is up and down, but
Drew is one of those intense wrestlers. He's intense. That's me.
Oh, that is? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Gotta keep your phone down, man.
Shut up.
But yeah, he's got that intense. It's that whole, British strong style kind of thing that it's very intense like that. Pete Dunne has it. What is it? Trent Seven has it. A lot of those UK guys have it.
Well, that's just their style, though.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean, though. Like, it's from that style of wrestling. Like, it's intense. Like, it's like British strong style and Japanese strong style are two different things.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and the intensity that comes from, like, the speaking also mirrors their, wrestling style as well. Japanese, it's just straight, beating the crap at each other, which is definitely fun to watch. But
speaking of the Japanese, I actually subscribed to NJPW World.
Oh, you did?
It's $903 a month. And I get all the G1 Climax.
Oh my god. Okay, we're going to take a break and then we'll get back to talking. Okay.
Hold on, wait. I got one more thing to bring up.
Well, if you're going to do G1, we'll do break and then we'll get back to doing G1 and other news stuff.
No, that was just a little side note.
Okay, we'll bring that up after the break, though. But go on with your point.
Sanity's challenging for the Authors of Pain's tag titles. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited.
Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf?
Yes, I'm excited about it. Ooh. They're losing at Brooklyn. I know that.
Who, Authors of Pain?
Yeah, they're definitely.
Oh, Eric Young makes his return and stuff.
Yeah, and then, beats the living crap out of Paul Elway.
No, I don't want him to beat the living hell out of Paul. I want Nikki Cross to beat the living hell out of Paul.
It'll be fun to watch. I'm gonna definitely enjoy that. But
have him have it under the Freebird rule.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That would be because the main event
Freebird rule. Yeah, definitely.
Main event picture is too crowded right now for that. So you could definitely make that argument to have them defend it under there. I'm just upset Nikki Cross isn't challenging for the NXT Women's title against Asuka because it's freaking Ember Moon again.
Well, we'll see what happens because I think last year she made her debut at Brooklyn.
Yes, she did.
So who knows? Maybe it might be a little bit different. And I enjoyed her debut match on Brooklyn last year. So it's something special.
I'd rather Nikki Cross.
I know you would rather Nikki Cross, but unfortunately that's just not how it is.
No, I know.
Right now we're going to kick it to our commercial breaks and we're going to get back to our main event.
All right. Hello, are you a promoter looking for some fresh meat to feed to your superstars in the ring? Are you a big, strong wrestler looking for some good squash match to build up your strength? Does Roman Reigns want to impress Big Mac Daddy Vince? Well, look no further than Job R Us. We provide the best kind of jabronis out there this side of the squared circle. We got local guys, we got skinny guys, weird guys. Hell, you can have all three guys, just as James Ellsworth. He's a Job R Us guy, too. So, call now at 1-800-JSQ-UASH for more information. Job R Us, a good squatch with no botch. Job R Us is also an equal opportunity provider. However, we are not liable for any royalties if these jobbers turn superstars. Hello, Audio Marks. I'm here to talk to you about Patreon. Patreon is a website dedicated to giving more power to the content creator and their patrons who support them. By giving them an avenue of direct support, these creators can create any kind of art with Patreon. Music, drawings, videos, and yes, podcasts. There's no middleman. So please head over to our page on Patreon, Marks for Life Podcast, to support us with a $2 donation. With this donation, you can get all of our podcasts on our page, and you can get a special shout out from ourselves, Jimmy and CJ. Or you could just do the regular dollar donation just to support the podcast. Now back to the show, Audio Marks. Thank you very much.
And we're back.
I can never get tired of hearing my voice.
Oh, you Mark.
I can never get tired of it. I love hearing my own voice. Like, wow, I have a great voice.
Self-absorbed, my friend.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's do a quick news reel of what happened during this week. First thing was one major thing that I think happened this week was there's an arrest warrant in San Antonio for Paige.
This is gonna get her fired.
Yeah,
this
definitely.
is gonna be the thing that gets her fired.
And it's really sad because
she was one of the most promising women's wrestlers to come out of NXT. Thought she would usher in the women's revolution, and a lot of her outside life ended up becoming too much, which is an extreme shame in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Now,
like, imagine her in a Hell in a Cell match against
Charlotte
or Sasha Banks. It's just,
you have the ladder match,
an I Quit match.
I think
Kendo stick on a pole match.
There were just so many flag match. Just a whole bunch of other. Yeah, don't give me that.
I can't see her in a flag match.
Oh, it'd be funny. You'd see her trying to wave the Great Britain flag. It'd be funny. Anyway, but it's really
rap
sad,
battle.
Shut up. Shut up.
Oh, come on. Rap battle would be good with Paige.
Stop. Anyway, it's just that promising young talent. I mean, it sucks. Like, she was probably, like, if she was actively wrestling and being a part of, like, the show and part of this movement that's going on, she'd probably be my number one favorite. Probably.
Yeah.
It's just, it sucks. I mean, I don't even know how did things go from bad to worse for Paige, in your opinion?
Alberto Del Rio.
Really?
That's why Triple H separated him, because he felt like Alberto Del Rio was a bad influence on Paige.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think that I don't know.
Alberto Del Rio also, like, had rumors was that he had a relationship with Charlotte. And then during that same time span ended up having a relationship with Paige and then left Charlotte for Paige. So which is why they couldn't really do programs together. In addition to all of this, he was going through his divorce with his wife at the time.
I don't know. I don't even know how to, like, yeah, I know that he's not exactly the best person in the room, but the fact that she has an arrest warrant out for herself because she's the one that caused a little bit of trouble with her and Alberto. I mean, you can't really chalk that up solely on Alberto.
No, I understand.
Also, the sex tape leak did not help.
No, it did not
whatsoever.
The fact that her husband continuously bashes WWE every time he gets a live microphone,
and she's still a part of the company. No television, no house shows, nothing, and it's just like that's gotta eat up at you, especially if you're a wrestler. Like,
well, she's on injury right now.
Well, still, I mean, that still eats you up if you're not doing the thing that you're.
The last time she was on TV was over a year ago.
Like, it just sucks. It really does.
Yeah.
And we here just hope that, things go well for her. Hope things get better for her. And hopefully some sense gets knocked into her and we'll see her back on television, whether that's on WWE or not.
She's only a couple years older than us.
I mean, I still want the best.
No, I know.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
I still think that
she's
going to have to rework her entire butt off to get back on WWE, let alone any other wrestling promotion.
Yes.
But sorry to do a really bad transition, but in other news, the G1 did start, And a very interesting match did occur that I actually just remembered now. It was Tanahashi and Naito. You didn't hear about this?
I didn't hear about Tanahashi and Naito. That must have just happened today.
No, it didn't happen today. But I think it was one of the very first matches, and Naito beat Tanahashi.
I'm not surprised.
I am a little, considering that Tanahashi is considered the John Cena of New Japan.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Tanahashi's also winding down. Naito has defeated Tanahashi before. You forget about how great
G1 climax. So
you forget how good Naito is.
No, I'm not forgetting how good Naito is.
Naito defeated Okada for the IWGP,
and then got beat by Okada. So all I'm saying is that I think that this is going to be the launching point for next Wrestle Kingdom for Naito to be IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
I don't think so.
I think so. I think he's going to beat the tournament this
year.
year.
No. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it does.
No, it does not. Just because you beat someone, you beat Tanahashi, because he's
a stepping stone within the G1 to keep progressing, moving forward within the G1, then him winning the G1. And then from winning the G1, he's going to win the IWGP.
I think it's a little early to see if Naito would win. Naito would certainly be one of the safer bets, considering all these.
That's not what they said about Okada when he did that 2 years ago.
Yeah, but Okada's, Okada.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying for a new blood within New Japan, or I guess you could say someone that's really getting new into the main event scene in New Japan, like, this is a good stepping stone.
Yeah, but you saying that him defeating Tanahashi, that doesn't mean anything because he's defeated him for the Intercontinental Championship too. He has wins over Tanahashi.
And Tanahashi has had wins over Naito as well.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I feel like this is news just because it's the G1. Like, there's a different, like, the way that New Japan sets this up, it's that the titles are important, but so are these tournaments.
I know Okada has his money on Juice Robinson.
Oof.
Because here's the thing, that's who Okada wants. He's excited to verse Juice Robinson, and for all of you audio marks, Juice Robinson is CJ Parker from NXT a couple years ago. He's done very well for NJPW, and not only does he have the support of Okada, the current IWGP Heavyweight Championship, he has the support of Stone Cold Steve Austin. So if you want to make the case for New Bloods getting that launching pad, you can make that argument for Juice Robinson.
I don't know if they're going to do 2 in a row of Gaijin winning the G1, though.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to do Naito.
We'll see what happens. You have New Japan World, so you're definitely watching it and seeing where that
goes. Yeah, I'm gonna keep up with that. But back into what we were originally supposed to talk about.
It's going a little over, but that doesn't really matter. They're both mixed into each other. Battleground and Smackdown.
Battleground was disappointing. But Smackdown
was amazing. Smackdown was what Battleground should have been. I don't know where all that went.
I remember someone tweeted like, "It's okay, WWE. We forgive you for giving us Smackdown and not giving that for us on Battleground. We forgive you." But it was Battleground really was eventful, and it led into Smackdown heavily.
I think we should go through Battleground and then try to merge that with Smackdown and kind of go from there.
So far, what we have is that Aiden English defeated Ty Dillinger in an upset on the kickoff pre-show.
I was actually kind of surprised and happy about it, to be honest. I
think I said that. I said, like, I would enjoy seeing Aiden English winning against Ty Dillinger. And you were like, nah.
I mean, first off, I love both. I like Aiden. I love Ty. And to be honest, I think Ty deserves more victories than losses.
Oh, yeah.
Just because of all the crap he got at NXT. Just loss after loss after loss.
Yeah.
And then, he got several victories when he made his debut.
Yeah.
And then, but now he's kind of, I wouldn't say falling into his old slump in NXT, but I feel like they're building something with Ty and Aiden, and it's interesting. And like his character development, Aiden has really gotten a lot better. Ever since the end of the Vaudevillains. So
I would like to see him in a tag team against Elias Sampson. With Elias Sampson, that'd be really cool. Personally, I would enjoy that. Next up on the list we have
New Day and Usos, which they had a pretty good spotty match.
I feel like that was the only good match on the card, though.
I don't know. There was a couple of really good spots with the flag match, but I don't know. I might be the only one who thinks that, but I don't know if they made the right decision when it came to giving the titles to the New Day this quickly.
I think that they should have saved it for SummerSlam, but at the same time, I can understand where they were going with this, because how many more times can you have... I feel like it would have been a better payoff to have it in Brooklyn, but, I could see where they were going with this, considering the Usos were getting a little stale, and to see them back in their predatorial state of, we want our titles back, so we're going to jump you during your ring entrance.
I really like that.
That was intense.
That was a good moment on SmackDown.
Usos jumped Big E while he was addressing the crowd during his usual ring entrance.
And if you look at the crowd while watching SmackDown, they're all dumbfounded while they're saying the intro themselves. They're like,
"Where's Big E?"
They're like, "What just happened? Why did he stop?"
But this would be interesting for the Usos. But I would wonder where they would go from there, Usos and New Day. They're gonna have to debut some kind of heel tag team in the near future to go up against the New Day. So
yeah. So
it'd either be the Ascension.
But yeah, it's not after what happened on Battleground. It's not going to be Ascension. They're 100% comedy.
There's talks about bringing talent down to NXT, and that might include the Ascension.
I would do that just because I feel like they need to do a jump, another restart on the Ascension, and then bring them back as the monsters that they were.
Yeah, but let's see who they can have the New Day challenge. They can have
that are heels,
or just in general, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, the Hype Bros.
We haven't seen them for a while.
I'm still waiting.
Which we had made a prediction that they would show up on Battleground, but that didn't happen.
Yeah,
we'll get to that in a second though. Let's finish this New Day.
And then Breezango.
There's Breezango. There's the Colognes.
One of them's out on injury.
That's why they haven't shown.
Yeah.
All right.
But back to the New Day and the Usos. I think it was a little premature, but it does well for Usos' stagnant character.
Yes.
So.
And I think that what's probably going to happen is they'll have a match. They'll have a match at SummerSlam. New Day will win, and then they'll do exactly what you said, and they'll lose that.
The next night.
The next night on that Tuesday Smackdown. Now, whether that's a new team or the Usos, I don't know. I can't understand the booking of WWE most of the time at this point.
Yeah.
Because this pay-per-view, we were off by a lot.
We were off a lot. Going into what we were off of next was the women's picture.
Yeah, that was complete 180. I like it, but I think it's 180.
I thought Natalya would be the first one eliminated. It turns out she wins.
Well, no, I would have thought Lana would have been the first eliminated.
I figured Natalya.
I think it's interesting. I want to see where this goes.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because I would like to see... Because I enjoyed their promo, Natalya and Naomi, on SmackDown.
Yeah, their backstage thing? Yeah, definitely.
Because that was pretty good. Natalya representing the traditional old-school style of wrestling, and then you have Naomi representing the new blood, saying that... she's not disrespecting the title. She's just adding her own piece to it. It's championships are all about evolution and stuff. And I'm going to enjoy this. I feel like that they deserve to have this match before. Natalya certainly deserved it. She's a veteran, 10 years in the business. Naomi deserves
There's a good possibility that Natalya might win it. I just coming from the back of it, just because of the things that you're listing. She's a veteran. She has been a champion, but she hasn't been it for a very long time, and she has done stellar work.
Yes.
Since being a part of SmackDown. So I think that there is a strong possibility that we'll see a title change for that.
Yeah.
But then
Carmella.
But then we'll see Money in the Bank, and then we'll probably see the face turn for Natalya, as either Naomi or Natalya will go on against Carmella.
Yeah.
But
I feel like I'm thoroughly looking forward to Natalya versus Naomi. It's the feud I didn't know that I wanted more than Naomi and Charlotte.
Definitely. But that also brings the question, what are Charlotte and Becky going to be doing?
Probably feuding with Tamina and Lana.
There's that possibility. I did hear, and I don't know if this is true or not, that Charlotte might face Ronda Rousey. That is a rumor I've heard. That's not 100% confirmed. That is something I.
Now, do you want to see Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey, or what if we had Charlotte and Becky versus Ronda Rousey and Chris Cyborg?
That would be something to watch.
Because they've been calling out those UFC stars for like years.
Oh man, I would love to see that. And then like WrestleMania, it'll be like the 4 horsewomen versus the 4 horsewomen of the MMA. I would love that.
That would be some
be
dream booking. I would personally rather that for Survivor Series, but
I don't know. It depends on what the women's tournament is going to be like, and
Yeah.
it also depends on everyone else's booking things. Like we all know, Ronda at this point is retired from MMA,
Mhm.
but we'll see what happens. But that would be really fun to watch on SummerSlam.
yeah, that would be definitely interesting. But then, what do you make of the whole Tamina Lana pairing?
I don't know at this point. I feel like at this point we should have seen some progression.
I want to see an interview between them.
Definitely, because there's something missing that I think that the audience isn't getting, and unfortunately, it's not in the wrestling. It's definitely something within the promo work that it has to be that.
Yeah, I would like to see an interview maybe conducted by Renee Young. I'd rather a sit-down interview where they discuss what's going on. They could have had this on Talking Smack, Vince McMahon.
Well, I mean,
But no.
But they had like a rogue one on Twitter though.
On Tout.
No, it was on Twitter. Tout was a joke.
I don't know.
It was a joke. You want to know how bad of a joke it was? I downloaded Tout, put it under the Marks for Life. Yes, I did. I put it under our email and everything for the podcast, and it was a joke. It was a joke. But it was still on there, and it was still Talking Smack. And if they do Talking Smack Rogue like this, I would watch it on Twitter all the time.
I could see that. But they definitely need to do a segment with Tamina and Lana.
Yeah, definitely. They need to do some sort of promo. They need to do something because, honestly, having them wrestle is just, it's not good.
Yeah.
And, like, that's not a hate on Tamina. A quick little funny story about Tamina really quickly. I was watching the pay-per-view and I was live tweeting, and I had, like, a complaint about Tamina's in-ring wardrobe, as a lot of us probably do, just because it's non-traditional wrestling attire. It's, jeans and a jacket, which I get. It's okay. She doesn't look bad. It's just we want to see wrestling gear, like on.
You want to see wrestling gear. I don't care. I just want to see wrestling.
I don't know. There's just something about it that irks me, and I had tweeted it, and then someone agreed on it. Someone commented on it, and someone on Twitter blasted me, who claimed to be Tamina's aunt. This is no joke. I have the actual tweets on my phone right now, and she's like, "No one asked for your opinion. Don't you dare talk about my auntie like that." And
this is her niece, not her.
No,
aunt.
this is claiming to be her niece. I don't know if this is 100% true or not, but it is something I wanted to bring up. That this is also one of those news things I wanted to bring up.
Jesus Christ,
But
what have you been doing?
No, I had a perfectly, I said, hey, I know this is a subjective thing, but like, can Tamina, wear wrestling gear? And that was basically it. Nothing mean to her look or anything like that. But then I get blasted by her niece, and I thought it was really funny. It's just something I wanted to bring up. And if you guys want to check it out, it is on our Twitter at MarksForLifePod.
Oh my God. I leave you alone for literally
Hey, you're the one who went to a concert that night. You were supposed to be hanging out watching wrestling with me. Whose fault is that?
I got the tickets for $20 and a free upgrade.
Still, this is why you need to be with me, so I don't tweet this stuff out and get blasted by people.
Who was it? Naomi Saltapulo? Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was really funny. But still going on the whole Tamina Lana thing. There's something missing, and not that like Lana's wrestling hasn't gotten better, but there's something story-wise that's missing, and I think
they're not addressing it enough. The fact that she cannot wrestle.
That's really it. Like there needs to be something there, and I guess that's my whole piece about that.
I like how she says that people are like following her but you know, her aunt doesn't follow her on Twitter.
I mean, I did say that she claimed. I didn't say that she was. So who knows? Who knows? It might be a private account, and her, Twitter verified one isn't doing that. Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't know how Twitter and how they manage social media over at WWE works per se, but
I apologize for my friend here, but we are also allowed to have our opinions. I personally think that her ring gear is fine. Kind of don't want to see her anything else, but
stop.
I don't. But here, I think we should move on to our next topic.
Yeah, we gotta move
All
on
right.
from that.
Owens wins against AJ Styles for the United States Championship in a controversial pin.
It was a botch.
It was a botch, right?
It was not controversial. It was a botch. AJ let his shoulders down too long, and the ref didn't know what to do, so he counted the 3.
Yeah.
Because clearly it wasn't planned. Now, that does mean that it's weird because they're kind of baton passing about whose fault that is, which it kind of got remedied by Smackdown anyway.
Which Smackdown led to a triple threat match between Kevin Owens defending against AJ Styles and the returning Chris Jericho.
Oh boy, was that...
Welcome back, man.
No one expected that, by the way. No, that wasn't on any Reddit things. There was no, WWE press release or anything like that. Any social media tweets or leaks.
Yes.
So this was solely because the botch happened and they wanted to keep it a surprise.
Yes, but now we have Styles. He defeated Chris Jericho for the United States Championship. We have Styles back as the U.S. champion. We have Jericho returning, so we could see him on the SummerSlam card.
Possibly. We don't really know. He might have just came back just for... it's possible. We don't really know.
Well, his Fozzy doesn't come back till September. They don't start touring again, so he could technically...
He could, yeah.
But, so this brings us up to this. Styles was, after defeating Jericho, not Kevin Owens then asked for his rematch next week on SmackDown. Who do you got?
It's Styles.
Styles. Okay. Now that if Styles wins,
okay,
where does this leave Styles and where does this leave Owens? Because I have a prediction on Owens, not really AJ Styles.
I mean, that also depends on what happens with the WWE World title, which we'll get to that a little bit later.
Okay.
But if I'm Kevin Owens and I lost the U.S. title, who do I blame?
Shane McMahon.
Exactly. So basically another WrestleMania of Shane doing wrestling things against up and young talent.
This isn't WrestleMania. This is SummerSlam.
No, but he's bringing this over to SummerSlam. But he did this at WrestleMania.
I would like to see Kevin Owens beat the snot out of Shane McMahon personally.
Yeah, no holds barred match, or no DQ match, or something, and then Owens making confounded contraptions out of tables and chairs and Shane bumping into it.
That would be amazing.
It'd be amazing. I would love to watch that.
And then Styles could perhaps verse the loser of next week, which we'll get into. However, Jericho returning, who would you like to see him feud with SummerSlam? I already got my pick.
I mean, I would like for him to... I don't know. That's a really tough one because there's Sammy, there's Ty, but those are just so generic. I wouldn't know. What do you got?
Mike Kanellis. Here's the thing. Mike Kanellis needs a win.
Well, he did get a win.
He got one win, and then Sami Zayn, out of all people, beats him at Battleground and then pins him the next SmackDown in a tag match.
Yeah, I could see why.
He needs Jericho.
Yeah, he needs Jericho.
Or what if Jericho is the person that attacked Breezango?
And then what? Then it's the power of love mixes with the list of Jericho against Breezango.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm booking that. Booking.
No, that's awful.
No,
that's awful.
You want to know why you're...
I would
know something, Breezango? You and your stupid idiot police gimmick, fashion police gimmick. You want to know something, Breezango? You just made the list.
I would like to see an interaction between the two of them. I just don't want to see them actually have a match. I'd rather Mike Kanellis and Chris Jericho.
Oh, but Mike Kanellis and Maria are definitely going on the list if they have an interaction.
Oh my god.
Oh,
you know
God.
what? You know what you get? No. You know what you get for posing for Playboy back in 2008? You just made the list.
Oh man, that would be so good.
Oh my god. All right. So I feel like Jericho's gonna end up taking out Mike Kanellis.
Yeah, I can see that. Who would go over though?
Oh, Mike Kanellis. If Jericho's going to
have to, yeah, but
yeah.
All right.
Next up we got I'm gonna list these next three. Nakamura defeats Baron Corbin by DQ.
Yeah, which was bullcrap. I hated that.
John Cena defeats Rusev. I told you.
It was so close and Okay, hold on. Before we get into the next part of this, I want to vent a little bit. Because this is what frustrates me. There were so many opportunities for Rusev to put the damn flag on the pole thing. And they didn't do it. Why? God. I forgot to put the stupid idiot bump out on that. Rusev, you're a stupid idiot. God. And now you're not on television anymore, man. That's why you don't mess with Shane McMahon. You don't taunt Shane McMahon for, what was the tweet about again? It was about the helicopter thing. I forgot word for word what the tweet was. But that's the reason why he lost. That is 100% the reason why he lost, and he's not on Smackdown anymore for the moment. And I'm mad about it. What? I hate you so much. Okay, I vented. I'm good.
Anyways, I'm still the Marks for Life predictions champion.
No, go on. I'm venting.
So John Cena defeats Rusev in a flag match, and then Mahal defeats Randy Orton with the help of the Great Khali in a Punjabi prison match. What the hell's going on in WWE right now?
We shouldn't be surprised by this. It was a Punjabi prison match, and Jinder Mahal was in it. We should not be surprised by this, but we are. And for like a hot second, I marked out for the Great Khali. I thought it was so amazing for him to come back. Oh, stop it! You marked.
No, I didn't. I'm like, oh my god, we're screwed.
I don't know. I liked the finish of the Punjabi match, but as for the Punjabi prison match itself, it was the. How can I describe this? It was the best Punjabi prison match we've ever seen. Out
of 3 Punjabi prison matches, all of which are not worth mentioning.
Well, no, this one wasn't too bad. They were bleeding. There was some blood in there. There were some hardcore elements to it. And if they had done like the Punjabi prison matches like that, before, then it would have been better. But it was still bad in the sense that why randomly the Great Khali shows up.
But
and I think he like choked Randy Orton to like stay there, and then Jinder being the sly heel, wins, and that's like the best finish that you could have possibly hoped for that match.
But now we got to go into the reason why we want to wrap all 3 of these together is because of what's been announced next week. So Nakamura this past Tuesday night defeated Baron Corbin
in a better match.
John Cena goes to challenge Jinder Mahal after Jinder Mahal wants a new challenger. And then Daniel Bryan comes out
No. John Cena came out first. John Cena came out and addressed...
I said that.
My bad.
I said John Cena and Mahal had an interaction.
Okay, because you didn't really stretch into it, so okay, never mind.
Not really much to stretch into, unless you want me to quote word for word what John Cena said.
I mean, you're very good at it. But anyway, go on.
Daniel Bryan comes out and makes an announcement saying that John Cena cannot challenge for the title because he has to win a number 1 contenders match, which is going to happen next week against Shinsuke Nakamura. First, before I go into anything, are you happy that this match is going to take place on television and not a pay-per-view?
Well, I feel like that's such a subjective way of looking at it, only because technically a pay-per-view isn't really a pay-per-view anymore in WWE standard.
Yes.
So, what if they had the old pay-per-view model? Absolutely. I would have loved to see that on a pay-per-view. I would have probably hated it to watch it on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my reason why, though, that I like it better on SmackDown, because I want to see it. because at this point the pay-per-view model that they've set up is just, it's a different pay-per-view model, and it's basically just watching television now instead of like, okay, you have to wait and order this pay-per-view to make you want to watch this dream match happen.
Yes.
But because of the network and stuff like that, that's whole method screwed up, so it doesn't really matter.
And not only that, John Cena doesn't have much time left.
No, but you're putting out these wrestlers off to pasture. They're not dying.
I'm not putting them off to pasture. I'm saying that, in this business, you're allotted a certain amount of time. And once you hit 40, that time becomes very apparent that you only got a couple years.
Triple H is still wrestling at WrestleMania, so...
Triple H wrestles once a year. There you go. He wrestles once a year. You cannot count him. You cannot count Undertaker. The only exception to the rule, for some ungodly reason, is Chris Jericho and Goldust. But
and R-Truth. He's like 50.
R-Truth, too. But like people like, John Cena.
Yeah, okay. I get what you're saying because of the whole time constraint thing that, okay, his clock of how long can I, wrestle in WWE more because I also have this Hollywood obligation.
Exactly.
Now. So, I don't know. I mean,
once you hit 40, you got to really start thinking about this in the wrestling business.
Yeah, but unlike John Cena, other people don't have that opportunity. Take Goldust and take R-Truth, for instance. They're still wrestling.
Yeah.
And they're way older than John Cena.
No, I understand, but...
Like, way older.
But right now, we're talking about John Cena.
Well, yeah, but John Cena has opportunity and stuff like that. So, even if he does, like, take, like, a small time off to do Hollywood things, he could still be fresh to go for... to do any wrestling stuff. He's Super Cena.
Yeah, but does he want to? That's the thing. I feel like he's...
I don't know. I don't think... No, I think it's a little different from his kind of play with Hollywood than The Rock's was. The Rock, I think, was ready to go. He didn't want to be in WWE that much at that time.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena, I think, still has... He's got immense love for WWE. He's a millionaire because of WWE.
Yeah, but I still feel like John Cena even realizes himself. And that's what we're focusing on. The fact that John Cena himself realizes he only has a couple years left to perform at the level he'd be satisfied with. Because for him, if he cannot perform at his best, then he shouldn't be performing. And that's his mindset.
All right.
So the fact that we're having John Cena versus Nakamura next week begs to question, who do you want? Who's going to win?
I think it is going to be John Cena. And I hate saying that because I really, really want it to be Nakamura. I really want John Cena to give the rub to Nakamura.
Mm-hmm.
If that does happen, I think you and me will both mark out on this podcast next week.
Yes.
We will. I don't think that's going to happen. I think you're right. It is going to be John Cena versus Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam, and John Cena is probably going to win the title.
Hold on, though. I didn't account for Nakamura.
I know, but that's the thing, though. Nakamura, to me, as of right, does have a good following because of the IWC, because of guys like us. But Nakamura isn't making, a killing from, casual fans and kids. John Cena is. Yeah,
but imagine John Cena giving that.
If he does give the thing, then you can hold on to that belt for like the next pay-per-view. We won't even do a title picture for the belt.
I'm going to put my money on Nakamura.
All right.
Because here's the thing. John Cena's been waiting for the guy to take over for him.
Yeah, but
Nakamura can be that guy.
Yeah, but we could say that because of last year when he faced AJ Styles.
No, he's been wanting this since Daniel Bryan. He thought Daniel Bryan would be that guy, but then Daniel Bryan had to retire.
Yeah, and then you've got AJ Styles. And last year, he got the rub, and guess what? AJ Styles became WWE champion.
Yes. I feel like Nakamura needs this.
Yes, Nakamura needs this, but my problem with Nakamura is that he's not Nakamura, and I know that's like a weird thing, but the reason why we fell in love with Nakamura was because of that strong style, was because of that strong presence in the ring.
And you don't think he can bring that back for Brooklyn?
I think he can. Well, the only time he's brought it was his first match in NXT TakeOver San Antonio. I fail to understand why bringing it to Brooklyn would make a difference.
Because
then we could get AJ Styles versus Nakamura for the U.S. title at SummerSlam.
Why don't we get AJ Styles versus Nakamura at WrestleMania?
It's still a possibility. I mean, there's 6 months between, SummerSlam and WrestleMania, so there's a possibility.
I feel like
a lot can happen in 6 months.
I feel like Nakamura will do better than John Cena. I granted John Cena, doing that whole spiel with Mahal, that's to be expected. However, I feel Nakamura would do better for the blue brand.
Well, no, this is where my frustration is then. If that's the case, then why did John Cena lose against Rusev the night?
Why didn't he? Because
Why did he lose? Because then if that's the case, then it would be the perfect heel for Rusev to beat John Cena, then confront Jinder, and then have the babyface Nakamura come out and do that. Because at that point, I would agree with you, be like, yeah, Nakamura could do it. But then John Cena won.
Because John Cena doesn't...
Because
here's the thing. John Cena needed the win to come back. That's just to be expected. That's just John Cena. And they're never going to have John Cena lose a flag match. Never. Never. John Cena, at this point in his career, does not need to challenge for the WWE Championship yet. He can wait on it. Nakamura, he can be the face that John Cena was. Nakamura can easily be the WWE champion. And then you can have John Cena versus AJ Styles for the United States Championship. I'm saying that because Nakamura needs that win. He needs that signature win. And I feel like John Cena has been giving a lot of those as of late. He's been giving it to AJ Styles. He's given it to Bray Wyatt.
He hasn't given it to Rusev.
He gave it to Kevin Owens. 2015. First match.
Once, and then basically Kevin Owens jobbed out to John Cena twice. So you can't really give the proper nudge to that.
He gave it to Dean Ambrose.
I mean,
John Cena realizes what's best for business, and I don't think...
No, I don't deny that he knows that. I think that it's just... There's just a time and place to do that, and I don't know... Well, if we're going to go in the whole fact of John Cena doesn't have that much time left, why not be the one to face Jinder at SummerSlam and then win the title and do it that way?
Because
then it would wrap up that whole career. Then, when he faces off against whoever's the next person is, whether that's Nakamura, Styles, Sami Zayn, Rusev again, Jinder again, then they would pass off the rub then and actually get the 18th world title that John Cena won.
You mean the 17th?
17th, my bad. So there's that possibility as well.
Here's the thing. John Cena's... He's going in and out of the WWE. The only way this would make sense is if Baron Corbin would then cash in. Now imagine...
Well, yeah, because that's also another possibility as well. Baron Corbin cashing in at SummerSlam, and then there's that.
Yeah.
So that's if John Cena beats Nakamura, though.
That could also happen if Nakamura beats Cena. Because Baron Corbin has a built-in rivalry with Shinsuke. But I feel like Shinsuke should go over on John Cena. And I feel like he will.
I don't disagree with you that Shinsuke should go over. I'm saying that I don't think that's in the cards right now. I think we're going to get a good match. And I think John Cena is going to go off. Because he could give the rub to Baron Corbin, which he also needs as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether you want to believe that or not, I know that you love Baron Corbin. But... to a lot of people, Baron Corbin is just a heel who just happens to have the money in the briefcase, who has the money in the bank briefcase, and isn't taken serious in the main event spot. If he cashes in on John Cena, that's his push right there. And then for the rest of the fall up until some Survivor Series is pretty much building Baron Corbin. So that's also a possibility. I'm not disagreeing with you that I would love to see Shinsuke get that rub from John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
I think you are right that that's what he needs. I just don't see that happening right now because of that fact. It could happen, but then why give away that on television? Why give that away on SmackDown?
Because they got to beat Raw in ratings. I'm going to be honest here. Raw's been kicking their ass. Raw's been delivering quality shows consistently, and, next week they have to face...
Well,
look what they had to face in the past few weeks. The reveal of Kurt Angle's son. Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe, which has consistently been on live television. That type of match has consistently been on live television. They're
giving matches away though that should be on pay-per-views. Now I understand. I went into that whole spiel earlier about that whole pay-per-view system and how that's all screwed up.
Yeah.
But we shouldn't be basing TV shows and network shows in that same light. It should be set that, okay, we need to have lower tier matches that are good, but that also help ratings, but we shouldn't be giving matches away for free in a sense. Which is why I have a somewhat problem with Nakamura and Cena being on SmackDown. But I understand the reason why you have to beat Raw. But let's just take a look and they were in a slump for a while, and Battleground did not help, but this SmackDown did. You had a triple threat with the returning Chris Jericho, AJ Styles reclaimed that title. You're getting, a heated Owens wanting a rematch for the next night. So we're gonna get that for this coming up week.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna hopefully get a resolution to what the hell happened with Breezango. We're gonna get more New Day Uso stuff. And that has been consistently good. There hasn't been too much falter with that. Who knows? We might get that promo thing that we were just talking about with Lana and Naomi. That would help significantly boost those ratings. Now, it's hard to put this into stance that, Cena Nakamura is a fantastic match that I think everyone should watch. My problem is that I don't think that I don't think Nakamura is going to win. Because we're still Cena's in that weird space, because then why come back? At this random time, unless there was something to build on that. Because you could take a look back at all the other ones that he's done. He did the same thing for, the U.S. Championship. He did the same thing for, that whole Miz and Maurice thing. And then him proposing to his soon-to-be wife, beating AJ Styles, giving the rub to AJ Styles, all that stuff. There's always a rhyme and reason to it. I don't think Cena's return is the whole reason for Nakamura. Is going to lead to that rub to Nakamura to that. I feel like that's just not strong enough. And I hate saying that because I love Nakamura, but...
I'm not saying the return is solely for Nakamura. I'm just saying that Nakamura can benefit from it.
Nakamura can benefit from it. I just don't think that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. That's really the problem. We could see an awesome match Tuesday, and that might be enough. For Nakamura winning it, that's really up in the air at this point, though.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my whole piece on it. I mean, SmackDown is going to be good this coming week because hopefully we get that. Hopefully the match is good. Hopefully that's the main event and not the U.S. one. I want the U.S. to open because that will hopefully set the standard for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get that promo for Lana and Tamina. That will help their character. I hope we'll see more Natalya, Naomi stuff. I hope that we'll see an Aiden English thing, and hopefully, he gets somehow mixed in and, build that character up. Because that, for me, just seems really mind-boggling interesting. And then main eventing that night will be John Cena versus Nakamura. And whoever comes out of it, I guarantee you will be champion at the end of SummerSlam.
Yes.
No matter what. But I definitely want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
That's my whole spiel on that, though. What do you think? We're good?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Well, that's basically the show. Yeah, that's the show, guys.
Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned for our podcast. Special shout out to the Sachem Public Library for their continued use of their equipment and space. If you would like to continue listening to us, please follow us on our following social media accounts. Twitter at Marks for Life Pod, Instagram at Marks for Life Podcast, and our Facebook group, Marks for Life Podcast. And please continue to support us through Patreon and SoundCloud at Marks for Life Podcast. Until next time, Audio Marks.